folks, and welcome to Eddie Spaghetti Presents. I'm Eddie Spaghetti, and I just built and opened my very own art museum. Very convincing, very real. It's real, it exists. But yeah, due to time and budget constraints, it's all been built in Spagettyville, which is in my imagination. Therefore, making it real only on a distant planet that solely belongs to and is controlled by me. The energy and essence of who I am and was on Earth time. Surrounded by billions of other planets, all housing a single Earth life, free to create their own heaven simply by thinking it. Which basically means, here on Earth, that my museum is just this toy. To the untrained eye, that is. Just ask Mr. Rogers or Jim Henson. I know they're dead, but ask them when you see them on the other side. On their planets, imagine what they look like. Imagine what the Mr. Rogers planet looks like. Or the Jim Henson planet. Hot shit, that must be a paradise. They know. Even more so now. But thanks to technology, I can take you, the viewer, on a virtual trip through my imaginary art museum, which does house my real artwork. By checking out first attraction, the Canvas Paintings Gallery. So let's go. Let's check out the Canvas Paintings Gallery. All painted by me, of course. Oh god, it's a wall. It's a wall. This shit ain't real, that's right. Damn it. Fuck. Fucking reality. Wow, my art museum looks kind of like the clock tower from Back to the Future. I like it. My imagination sees it that way because I'm such a fan of Back to the Future movies and TV that feature this very clock tower. Not this one. This is a cardboard cutout, but nonetheless, you get it. Let's go inside of it now.
Fairy tales can come true. You can happen to you when you're in love.
Here's the first painting in the Spaghetti Gallery. It's called An Angry Little Tree at Death Mountain. It's based on the Bob Ross style of painting. I wanted to try to do something the opposite of what he did. As much as I respect and love Bob Ross and was inspired by him and I'll never be as good as he is, I wanted to do something a little different. So instead of a happy little tree, it's an angry little tree. Instead of a happy little mountain, it's Death Mountain. And instead of a peaceful little cabin, it's a cabin in flames. Oh, and a road. A modern highway, just going right through the middle of everything. Yep. A little different than your normal Bob Ross style painting. But this is inspired by Bob Ross. Thank you, Bob Ross. I'll never be as good as you. And yeah, I know, he never put roads, he never put a lot of bad things. He had happy trees, he had happy mountains, he had cabins that weren't in flames. You know, that's the joke. On to the next painting. Tiny, but real. This is a painting of a photograph that I took of my fiance and I on our first trip together when we first were dating to stay at the same inn from the opening credits from the Newhart show. And this sign is also featured in the opening credits of Newhart, so we went to that sign too, took our picture in front of it, and I made a painting of it. There it is. The sign's actually in Sandwich, New Hampshire. The sign, as far as I know, is still there. We went back in like 2016. On to the next painting. Ah yes, The Simpsons, folks. Much worse duty. From the golden years of The Simpsons, as in the first 8 seasons. I laughed my ass off when I first saw this scene. Yep, what makes it turn? It's funny. Laugh. Anyway, on to the next painting. Ah yes, one of my favorites. It's like my modern art kind of thing. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's a face. It's a pretty face. It's a beautiful face. It's Sandra Bullock from Demolition Man. Yeah, what was her name in that movie, Demolition Man? Anybody remember? I never remember her first name, but Huxley. Officer Huxley was her character's name. This is a more recent addition to the Spaghetti Museum. On to the next painting. Ah yes. My name is Nobody. taken from the movie My Name is Nobody. Now, there was never a scene like this in My Name is Nobody. This is my original painting for My Name is Nobody, the best movie ever made, in my opinion. Of course, that opinion has changed over the years for myself as well, but currently, I would say this movie is the best movie ever made. You'd have to be me to understand it, or someone like me, I guess. I made a whole video on the subject. It's an hour long. Terrence Hill, Henry Fonda. Bud Spencer was not in it, but I included him in the painting anyway. Yeah. A lot of my paintings are movie-based. On to the next painting. It's a big one, folks. Can you guess? Yeah. It's the first appearance of Superman in Action Comics. Number 1, June 1938. 10 cents. That's probably like $1 million adjusted for inflation, right? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, classic cover. I had a blast painting it. Yeah, it was fun. I like how it came out too. On to the next painting. Another big ass one. Wow. My Joe Namath painting. Yeah. He used to do these ads a few years ago and they were on all the friggin' time. Again, I made a whole video on this subject. Hi, I'm Joe Namath, trying to sell Medicare coverage. And now Jimmy J.J. Walker's doing it for him. On to the next painting. Ooh, nice, huh? Yeah, you're like, who the hell is that? This is my fiance. I did this one years ago. She wanted me to make her look like a Disney princess. She doesn't exactly look like this, but maybe this is more like what she'd like to look like. So I did that for her. And of course I included Georgia Shit Rat, the greatest kitty cat in the world. Yeah, that was our cat. Still is in spirit, but you know, she's moved on to the next kitty life. Castle and all. Even though she's in a castle, there's a castle in the background. Just surrounded by castles in Princess Land. Oh, Disney. On to the next painting. Huh. I could swear I gave this to my father as a gift. I guess he forgot it when he ran off to New Jersey. Too busy being in love to remember his painting. So that's why it's here now in the Spaghetti Museum. Unless he wants it back, of course. Hey, if you're watching this, I can mail it to you, old man. Kidding, of course. I know, you just forgot. Shit happens. I ain't upset. On to the next painting. Wow, this is an old one. 2014 I did this. I do remember though, I was watching Highlander the series at the time and I was just getting back into painting on canvas. Yeah, I'm not as satisfied with this one. But it did make it into the museum anyway. Duncan MacLeod from Highlander the series, played by Adrian Paul. Not my best work, but oh well. On to the next painting. Oh wow, this one's even older. 2013 I did this. Yep, the Wonder Twins. I always thought they were underrated characters. Then I found out they were never even in the comic books. I was never a comic book reader as much. But I did watch the Justice League animated show, Super Friends, back in the 80s, and they were always there. They could turn into stuff. It was neat. But I like this one. I like how this one came out. It still looks good to me, even now. Way to go, Wonder Twins. Wonder Twin powers activate. On to the next painting. Oh yeah. Can you guess what this one's called? Alan Rickman steals the show. He certainly does. He certainly does. This is a painting I made for my girlfriend. According to her, her favorite movie of all time, if she had to pick one, would be Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Good choice. Even though, you know, it has its issues. But it's still a good movie. And yeah, Alan Rickman steals the damn show. Morgan Freeman does a good job too. On to the next painting. Ah yes, can you guess? Here's an accomplishment I wanted to do with speed painting. I did this painting, this entire painting, in under an hour. Yeah. This is like a Bob Ross Boba Fett, you know? Yep, I ran right through that one. See if I could do it. I wanted to see how quickly I could bang out a painting. I think for doing a painting in an hour, this came out pretty good, right? Wouldn't you say? Me doing this painting in less than an hour. But yeah, Boba Fett. Did this back in 2022. On to the next painting. Whew! The two best characters from Independence Day is the name of this painting. I still love how this came out. I put a lot of work into this one. And yeah, I still believe that. Two best characters in Independence Day. I'm Pilot. I can fly. Independence Day. I love that dog. Dog survives. Millions of people die. On to the next painting. Oh yeah, One Lung Lucky. My favorite character from the Oblongs, a short-lived animated series. Fox, I think? On to the next painting. Yes. Here's one I did back in 2021. Tommy Lee Jones from JFK as Clay Shaw. Clay Bircham as Clay Shaw. And this is their gay party. Tommy Lee Jones, Kevin Bacon, Joe Pesci. Fascinating. On to the next painting. Yes, another one from 2021. Kurt Russell as Snake Plissken from Escape from LA. A bit underrated of a sequel in my opinion. And you know, since Kurt Russell's birthday is St. Patrick's Day, I did this painting. For him, even though I doubt he even knows it exists. No, I guess I did it for myself then. On to the next painting. Huh. The hell? Yes. Bet you don't know what that is. A close-up shot of Jennifer Love Hewitt's cleavage. Yeah. 2021 I did this beautiful painting. Yeah. Who needs to see her face? Right? Well, do you want to see her face? Because I have one of those too. On to the next painting. Oh yeah. It's a little painting, but there it is. Jennifer Love Hewitt, the animated series. And her giant melons. Her giant, perfect melons. I know she's a bit older now. It happens, folks, but she once was this young. On to the next painting. Yes. The In Memory of Bob Saget painting. I did this the day he died. Sadly, he died a little younger than you would have expected him to. But this picture of him was taken from Half Baked. I always remembered his funny-ass cameo appearance in that movie. Rest in peace, Bob Saget. Again. On to the next painting. Yes. I guess if anything good came out of that Boba Fett show, it was this character. I thought Cad Bane was cool myself. Got like the Lee Van Cleef as an alien feel. Still like how that came out. Radio. Way to go, Cad Bane. You had a presence and you were underused. On to the next painting. This one's a little more recent. Can you guess? No. If you've seen Lost in Space, the original TV series from the 60s, this is Dr. Smith saying his famous line, "Oh, the pain, the pain, the pain." Jonathan Harris as Dr. Smith, everyone. On to the next painting. Yes, some of my unfinished works. Yep, never did get around to finishing Jennifer Love Hewitt's cans and badge and all that. Actually, she's covering herself with her hand, so you wouldn't have seen anything anyway. But, you know, I like leaving it open to the imagination. Like she's got a towel wrapped around herself. That's probably the idea. I'd probably just do that. Like make her hand, towel holding herself, covering, you know, everything you want to see. But I'm not going to let you see. Someday, maybe. Someday. On to the next painting. Yes. Bubba! Also an unfinished painting that I have yet to complete. Bubba from In the Heat of the Night TV series. Yes.
This is Sparta.
Sparta was the name of the town from the show. Sorry, Bubba. I'm a busy guy. They make me work fucking regular jobs, man. I gotta make money. Someday, Bubba, someday. But I guess we're getting towards the end of the paintings because, you know, I'm getting towards the ones that aren't finished yet. So, on to the next one. Let's see what we have down the hall. Getting towards the end of the hallway. It's a long hall. Guess that's it. Well, that's the end of the canvas paintings tour of the Spaghetti Museum. There are a lot of levels to this museum. This is just the canvas painting level. I'll take you over to this table where I'm working on a lot of paintings actually. But the one I'm currently painting, I'll take you over to the table. It's right over here. Join me. Come with me. Won't you folks? Come. Join me. Come, children, join me. Here it is, folks. And this is what I am currently working on, folks. It's Frylock from the TV cartoon show Aqua Teen Hunger Force from, you know, the early 2000s. Weird show, but I couldn't stop watching it for some reason. I like that strange new sense of humor they were coming up. It was kind of gross and funny at the same time. Anyway, this poster was hanging up in Frylock's bedroom all the time. Every time I showed him inside his bedroom, he had this poster of himself and what he looked like, what the inside of him looked like, hanging up on his wall. It was called Visible Frylock. It said it right at the bottom, Visible Frylock, and the top said Aqua Teen Hunger Force. And all these little things just pointed out what each thing was, like fry bones. Those fries on Frylock's head were actually bones. Yeah. Anyway, I've been wanting to do this one for a while. Again, it's been sitting there sketched out for years, like 3 or 4 years now, and I'm finally getting to paint it. And I want to give it as a gift to my friend Dave. Dave Real Gems. Yeah. And, you know, because his birthday's coming up. So if you're watching this, Dave, happy birthday. This is your gift, alright? Spoiler alert. Yeah, you're getting Frylock for your birthday. But I guess that's it. That's my tour of my art museum that I built myself in my imagination. And we just walked through the canvas paintings gallery sector of it. Like I said, there's a lot of floors in this museum of mine. Art isn't just paintings, okay? But I do have a lot of those. And this is what I'm currently working on, plus many, many others. There's never enough time, there just isn't. Well, that's it for now, folks. I hope you've enjoyed the tour of my art museum, which mostly the physical building of it is in my imagination, but all those paintings were real, man. I actually did that, and it was fun, and I love it, and it's entertaining, it's amusing, you know, if you're a painter, you know. If you're Drew Struzman, you know. You get it. Bye for now, folks. And keep looking at the stars.
Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart. For it's hard you will find to be narrow of mind.
My Invisa suit came in the mail. You like that, Crispin? Hey, they never explain shadows in those invisible movies. That's true. The invisible man would cast a shadow. Light would hit him, it doesn't pass through him. Makes no sense.
Joe!